Daddy Lumba or say show sikasem ya ebema wa abofra high life radio and utie sikasem program and ya de bro no amofa nche elite kakra send ne bi esie no every Monday 7 to 9 p.m. na ya de hihye so ha hi baby a you try ema u stay at least will pay off your debt and I say you stay low on your debt now manage risk now ultimately save now invest it how you your financial problems if your questions are ibisa na afi so your bibi ebetimi diama your community so a you share and then it will be some kokra and then a topic near how a home buying, how much house I can afford, how much house I can afford. MDB say your experts were her and number boy, your brother ha Alex Adumako champion in ya inim ne kakra ne de in say when ba a dime to muni idea what wo ache no experience bebre so when a boy ama yetimi a day near to 2 year ha there's so much speculation going on about house ne the ekeka ho you know you better join no but before say better join no yen can be kakra fa inspirational talk kakra ho and that inspirational talk no about forgiving and I say forgiveness even you say you be bro no ma ye so adimu a ye forgive that in me and the baby and obi na baby a and no say ya so mu den the name person what here say forgiveness crown and yet for forgiveness for the sorry and yet for the other person for because say obi and as bibi sana usuma de bi wo trim obi bia de bia wo dwen ho na nipa no kra de ono ay free usually who forgive you for wa all the time you are in a good space all the time you are in a positive mood you never try say forgiveness no yen fa says will be bibi na e shimu a be free because enye for nipa no for yen a na bibi kakra wo ka fa ho enti yen hwe na me fa me nua mra so na yen hwe say yebetimi ayiwe a me nua otemenka
Pepper chai.
otemenka yo ti said ye na ka no yeah, kakra na yenimu no de yenim sɛ woyɛ kukudaku ba dan tomu ne ayi dia we expect especially over area ha na so expect area so yɛ oba bia ti obi oti bia no betimi ahu de ekoso ne ade me de so aba so da ba meja na wa introduction kakra na afei ya fa topic na free ha na afei ye de ko
Enyumere ewie nso de da was anase oma ho kwan se yemra ne ni etiefo yenuanom emadwendwen ensem a wodi atugye enyumere nti yesa da was sanfa so da radio ne
yo
ene
unim ayi mame ayi epacho yeah hello
Washamoso
one kasa kɛse a ya na ayi no ayi afrim sɛ yɛayɛ ne nsɛkyɛ wei sɛ woyɛ ya na ɛkɔ the other way no nti hold on na memmerɛ ne pa ɛyɛ akasa kɛse kakra why
okay
yeah
ene se me phone no
nti kasa kɛse kakra na yɛnkɔ ɛyɛ sɛ apɛ yi afiri so nti no
okay
yɛama ɛyɛ akasa kɛse kakra na wogya to bebree so ɛno so ɛbɛyi afiri so
all right see atibe kasa right
kasa
said ye nyina nim na nua adofo enyumere nso yesa chichia mo na yeda wasese mama ho kwan na moya sutie na mudi tie nua nana na enyumere nso so ato nsa fra me se yemra ne metwetwe komo
I'm say you kasa no ba yi papa nti na ma ye ɛyɛ we mini so betua fix na kakra wasa me ye we no nanka waba back
okay
menim ba me de mete na me hu fix na kakra yo for said ye ka no and your program no how much house you can buy In the say when it comes to house buying, you Barbara Amamu or her, what's it thumbs up? Thank you for joining. Send kind. Catch you no so me TV. Nene dan ho asem ne kan. Mu bebre ho no ayi na dan ye pe. Na see obi mu dada. You nua betimi ama niema bebre wum insight a betimi e de eye bebre. Yo e be say yasaba. Brought me kan koso.
But one can say about
Yeah. Okay.
all right. Today na kana na da sese nyumre susu no. Wama ho kwan na watwe nsafre me say menjwa ne na ne nuanom ani dididi ho nkomo efa self management.
Foul.
Sir.
Hold on, mama shame me dear wa say me why?
Because me too loud and clear wa.
Hold on. Na watimi ede we amaye. Yeah, I hope say in na betimi aye ama ye nua betimi awuram. Hello. Bro, ultimate car ubetimi akasa.
Me for me to nka.
Okay, yenko. Ko em say ebia na free ama change ye kakra ntino. Nti kasa na yenko.
Okay, enyumre su na yama woni watiefo nyina adwo enyumre su say wama ho kwan say memra na me join ne na ye nuanom anwendwen eda to ho efa no said ye betumi abagete ne yatumi asave sika na yatumi atodan ye betumi amanage ene de keka ho ti enyumre su said ye nyina nim no me feel say ye mu bi nim bi so a but me dey Alex Adomako Champon me ye real estate agent for the past 6 years. I've been practicing in Maryland and Virginia. Inti Yamiada Roma ene mu nyina no bo support nti ene nyina no yede ekoye nim nti yeda mase se wama ho kwan ne nwumre so masa join ne ho ne watiefo biom.
Yo bro, that's the brave. And send your food you wow speculations be break about when about a dine to these days. We by people's request send you see chair just say sometimes I'm out for questions won't be sound near the notice say people are scared. Matter dying, they are scared. Muntimin to be so mufi say if you crown muntimin to be. And ye be focus on muntimin to be a fin on person muntimin to be or try some be to be. Ye shessin ye dan see free akasi na se see corner. Ye nim say free 2020 BC to say. Osha I know say there's inflation and man be different things, but I share dan again I say the way I see corner I know a day. It's no after oh ho kra na wo community send ye dan see corner and me kra dey be do say metimi ato bi. Yes you nim say calculations ni adana e dan e to o ho so ne sa ne manema na. Eti me were questions can be a me person ka minim say we are be free rule but questions ka kra bia ki bit me bisa na nka say make am people am for questions that we bisa me na say emails na dey almost send me na betimi ehun na yetimi aye but before then no me hwe say ayi to say the you can ye nim say a dine to a big milestone and emotional very emotional when it comes to ayi. Obi na kind of say and yes obi na kind idea that one of the biggest decision in our lives a financial decision dan because we man nima be idea ba kwa na ne bo din pa ye dan you know, we told them 500,000, 600,000. It's in a home, so go feel why, and I say, oh, one decide, yeah, sometimes, no, when you say a sign mortgages near then so it were 30 years, 15 years. That means I want to have it made mistake for a while, you know. It's, you know, in your head, yeah. So between actually more my nyama bebre nanka yetimi efu hako yo I wish we a question back one me very passionate about it. Say you told dan o see you figure I was say 25% of our take home pay bibi a betimi aka ho ayi kakra na so betimi ama hu nimdie kakra fa say you told dan senate here. You say I was all today. I will say we take home pay and I will say 25%. Which make a big fact from any experience when you mama.
Yes, many Amedasi. In fact, the work in terms of on the principle, so on the paper there, and the work the nanka enokre, no kwanso anu no say, enka ubet media anka ubianu kotofia, enka 25% of will take home pay, which is normally you take a kind like gross. Woman, they don't base on any time you qualify for home. You qualify based on your gross, not on your net. And so they are saying that at least they want to make sure that 25% of your gross pay goes to your mortgage. But then the truth of the matter is say, and as you said the earlier introduction, what can I say? If you for widening, Miss Medbeth say, apart from say if you widening now, interest rates are through. And the idea, the reason why interest rate are cost through, obi baka say now say if you bo cost through there, then aban no esan raise interest rate. Na just say acquired say double whapping. If you bo iding rate your cost through. And the reason being is aban try say obey use interest rate as a tool to bring down the home prices, and I say to discourage demand so that at least we'll be able to get price stability. And the truth is that there's only handful of people on bet me say so okutofia only 25% and a becon mortgage. Most people they use 30, and even in most millennials or most homes, you see 50% of their net gross pay is what is going into their mortgage payment due to the two reasons that we mentioned: one, home prices, and rising interest rates.
Yo, me da si bebre na say hano a dream so kakra because yemfa no say your home payment na say more than yemfa say be say you can be credit to 50%. Yes na ye home chire na because you say home no enye no nko a say the can say well can say under normal and as a rule of thumb nature say if home payment there okay 25%. Ma onya wo go room kakra nanka nyama kakra working because enya no kwane ade a obey in financially in life. There are so many things I obey. So for your experience, and I say people now I know say usually when you close it down my man for sometimes ultimate start call back some say it's saying knowing you and your house would they be need amount for be a nice ultimate be some cry life because you said so you go back. What are the experiences they be almost share after they are using more than the 25%? And as I'm using 30%, 50%, or any insight about experiences almost share say it's still okay, and I say your home can I say your home share financially. You say after a while, maybe a bit financial, and we know said so many things. Maybe within a short period, 3 years, and now for 4 years, 2 years now. Any experiences be a say
That's a good question. Yes, I follow up, but the thing is, me particular in my situation, say and also be biara waba menchana so be premise of to based upon the see yet say work as years ago, problem yenyawo or my muni wiasa fa na nyina no aye nyina yehu ye ahoyehia e de ba nipa so enti me no say de bia no nkofo ba me nchen ne se wo ka se wo pedan to a me try say me no be din kuta ho ye say enipa ne open up to me there, which 90% of the time nyame adom they open up, and we are able to have a reality conversation. And you know, many people overplay their hands. And the reason, one of the reason, and I say, I happen is there's two ways of qualification, right? We have qualification and affordability. So when it comes to qualification, now the bank, no, one no names a one, ABA we African, obi ofia bisikeko. Bank no onim se ABA se bi wakoto asase bi Ghana wuti dan. Bank no nim se bia wo hwe wo faase bi. We are Christian and answer we are uprasi any regional. There's some sort of collection and answer Christo for crowd you tight. Bank no nim se wo tight, right? And this how the one come akoto say $50,000 aware when they say one day car office were which may qualify for 300,000 loan. And the one individual no and also to me say there be yes, I'm qualified, but what's other liability I'm wo. And I know maybe no most of the time no obi oba me nchen I try to have this conversation with them. Say yes, the bank says you qualify for 300,000, which is based on your gross. But the bank doesn't know some of the examples here, mama. And I suggest say maybe you cut your coat according to your size. And one of the things I also tell people is it's not about big or fancy. It's about owning something is better than nothing. And it's a 5-bedroom home. And a look bigger and fancy. Now me. Next me scaling it down. I 3-bedroom home. Now it's sort of some rent and still I own something. Still you are achieving your American dream, and at the same time, you are able to manage it. And that is advisor, but the man for. But most of the clients that I've dealt with in the past 6 years in my career, most of them, literally, they are still doing well and they are able to manage it due to the fact that, with the exception of last year, from let's say June coming out, you realize that Obi Otofie before January, February last year, either they had a lower interest rate or even if they purchased their home before 2020, all the time now I follow up with my clients, not even my clients, but my friends and people that are closer to me. When rate was down, I tell them, hey, we go refinance it. And most of them, I would say 95% of them now, they are locking in a lower rate, but people who are buying today's environment, so I try to, educate them, give them information so that they don't buy something that it will end up becoming a curse rather than a blessing.
Yeah, to say the India kind, in Shima, idea about Kwa, another Modija, and I said, Yakupo by a rest it, a blessing. But so, Tonwa, Shiny, yeah, Baby, a case, said the Ekano, so one son now kota. Baby, many Jim was some more Kapama, many Jim who pass a year. Catch your coat according to your size. You move be blue Prekopena pesi to a dream home. It is a dream home, no. Yeah, Daniel so that is 5 bedrooms with 2 acres near there. I saw Krumua and 1 year pesi koto. You can always move up in size when it comes to a year. To bet me up to maybe a ketwa kakra na do and now also at that time na. Ya me adom said you can ube only bibi no a ye chance say unwoni hwe na bia wo pay obi. It is a wo be so no a to no answer. What no a nasika krabeto so a from kondo no betia ko town home na as utua ko no utua gum at the same time so equity kakra ba ho a then betimi akọ next day because if you mu a nipa bebre no obi ono a woni fie kama bi kakra emu so kakra ne ade a ebi wa na ne second home na or purchase na third na even kra no your friends a fourth one but ya na the situation since obi ono a ya susu a na hu so we da we mu dia na se madam for da we mu ne dia chinchina o se ekodo yipa bigger yipa no betimi ato the obeso at this point no not always you can move up. Until no bibia I was here showing ye. Say Ushima woman the tear case or sasti say one be blessing or my hana case ne say. And yet if you kwan ye betria, your other expenses be honma yana here. If you be house poor, so if you buy too much of a house, the piano the come gross. Imagine say what it 8,000 a befi name 4,000 a could share that car. Be a over gas or groceries or on and even crown. I will see a deca crash to home for other emergency near my everything. And as at the same time, crown, it will be 2 for crown, scrub your school near there. So when Tina is when Scandal require Untiminias Adano. It be I was say to Michelle account. Brian share the next one and say, with the Miami by we are member of time now. What need the crack yo. A dear Bakwan, you probably be a fee your friends say closing cost. Meaning so we be a crank have a car for one. Meaning say I also experience on Mutinia make Guyana don't Timias got a credit pet with the mechanical to dine. The real fee class closing cost for home. Pato, meaning say Obetia can be a craft and so on.
Yes, but that's it. So closing costs, yes. So closing costs now somebody will say closing costs. Utopia, there are two fees that is actually associated with purchasing a home, which is down payment, right? To say Okotoka, Naka near 40,000 now the 10,000 I'm a dealer and say, oh, money Nami finance 30,000 aka. Same thing with the home. And the same team so no say Utopia, not your friend is saying to say the Okoto car at the dealership no processing fee, tag and taxes, Sounds na utopia closing costs. And those closing costs usually in the state of Virginia, usually it's about 2.5% of the purchase price. So for instance, utopia 400,000. That's a year conventional for first time home buyer. You can either do 100% or 3%. So what the 3% that means $12,000. So closing costs no see 2.5%. That means in dollar amount, $10,000. And if you have to pay your closing costs and your down payment, that means for fee of 200,000, at least you need for 400 now, you need $22,000 to make it happen. But where people don't think about the closing costs, is that traditionally, it's not a law, but it has become a practice. We always ask the seller of the home, say, uncover closing costs, and farmer the buyer, which in most cases, under normal market, normal market, and when say if you our market now there's no competition, it may that 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, and now the sellers are willing to pay for closing costs. And until I say is out there, say Obia Kotofia, all they think is about their down payment and no closing costs, but the seller can decide not to pay. In some cases, they pay or they pay partial. But also no just like you are saying, then you need to prepare for your closing costs, which is Virginia, Hannah, 2.5% is the average. It can go up to 3%. So Utofi or Maryland closing costs, for some reason, their taxes for real estate is a little bit steep. So the average closing cost in Maryland is between 4% to 5%. So Maryland closing cost is always higher than Virginia. But just like I just said now, sometimes the seller can pay. But if they don't pay, then you, the buyer, have to pay. Or the bank can step in to pay. And this is where I caution. American has a we are CBBN free. And you see, sir, they tell people, oh, me metofie, man to yahweh, man first kebiama, man for down payment, man to closing cost. No, it's a deception. Bank be how do so much, sir, Obama low interest rate. Now, as I account say, what the no condition. And yes, sir. Do I more say we rate 6%, or more raising the 6.5%, 7%. and in turn yesterday you are closing costs. And you'll be over ABR agent no training musa and I say loan officer and training into the three officer man and to what could you out there no where we see sika. But and yes, sir, you are going to pay for it in the long run. And that is that on the closing costs.
Yo. But more questions be with me at their two now. Yeah, and Chinese we answer true. Yeah, closing costs. My only probably when it comes to closing costs, I'm on train crack to say the can and your law no say your friend is saying we need to be amount and to say you can say normal market and so and so explain this in ECT and no and they do on more because demand is so high and they are done as a check a crack into channel. Let's say Nipano or no so Obia obey unity no and I say I bet me a quantum amount no so 18 who be amount maybe but this time here we would them say minim sending CTSC closing costs them say so or you sell a bit to amount there them say ya pound kakra e be saba there minim say be saba and I say them say within cry no say city no say you be on depend on the area and be on my area how they still the houses are still have you unya house air form to see to sidelines are and so better now watch area be on maybe a form but sure said also it may rain fear closing course I hope so will be at calculations now no way and I say hey it unya down payment kakra wo no now all my closing costs are ready. Same po, Senipano, seller no agree so betray amawa. Then betting the idea can be a without payment to an answer, and you betting the opposite the and waiting the air. But when you probably brave will be questioning, I mean, you be toy, you closing cost man, it's and you so and say closing cost now, send me yammy, and yes, I let but law no be anxious say, Chinchina was a seller nutriamo, and I say, another thing. Yeah, if you say smart and I be say you be as a bank, me be my you fire already. No, hundi on fanche or crowd. Remember, they have workers they are paying. And they have the best of the best. Plan B on baby and money the way. Plan B on baby and to fan Chelsea. Yeah, the beckham. The only be office beer when she or bank no. And I say, if he say in the seller no, the man and yes, and be a making sure say all the time, the closing costs so you ready. Yo, bro, I'm say another one be high. My man share your friend saying, we should be to say no you will not dear. May sure say when we be consider home ownership cost. In first no it be a started from apartment no nanka tap say na your free apartment office no mabe ya my in say probably all my factor into this cost home ownership when you are owning the house now is different from the apartment now no bibi say one also fix it bro meaning say obeti aka bia fa we ho so na e be experiences when you have true friends ne or through your clients ne sa jema obeti ya boy kakra wa haso
that is also very important why na twa so we bit embark on a business now on nasi now on analyzing the business the model how it's going to bring returns and also the cost that is involved and the same thing applies to home ownership even kai kura ye twini ade ade na o kwa kotoka kura na unfortunately you move bebre ho nipa we twi car we kama they don't even sit down to think about the cost with that car. And when it comes to home, it is very, very, very important. Who here is said the work no. What nas na analyzing. And tinina na ye kana course anase sike ekodimuno. Nina account na ye can earlier no. Say enunti na who here say ubetwa wo quote according to size. Said the beya ubenya sika ni bi ato ho. Yesi ye ho bakika ye ho bakika ye ntini ye de ye ebore. Ama ukoto efie na ankwet say utu a mortgage na untumi live life bia and it is said there are so many costs that can be associated with home ownership ebi ni say appliances ɛwɔ kitchen yana ofie hɔ no ebi betumi asɛe the most expensive one very very deep when it comes to home ownership are two things. Air conditioning unit, the see abonting, any the see inside, both heating and air conditioning. It's a very very expensive. And as I say, yeah, it drew age so not so replace with roofing. And also important, but overall now there's a lot of miscellaneous costs from time to time, no, a poppy up. And on a basa, it was a weird day, which now one of the main way you can avoid some of this costs, is depending on the age of your home. Any appliances, any with heating and air conditioning, the age now. Anytime, yeah.
I'm say, I'm so commute, so Kasai, so you free mute, Anyway,
anytime, Biana. Mitofima obi probiana. I always buy them home warranty, right? This home warranty, and no idea a cover say garage, door in the openness.
What say?
So in the most of the contracting, they say a buyer side say Mitofia. I always know say Utofia. This some of things can pop up. And as part of the contract, in Metra, I'm always make sure 99.9 always seller. No, if you want to have closing cost, most sellers are very generous. They pay for the home warranty
at least for a year.
For a year.
At least, okay.
And also now you 12 for 1 year now. Wouldn't say would remember BBI general either say appliances, including your washer and dryer, with heating and air conditioning, the wolf yedim any day. It's here bunting. Most of them, the average deductible, it can be anywhere from $50 to $100 a month. It is any of this system break it down. You just call the warranty company, they come, they diagnose the problem, you pay your deductible. If it's fixable, they fix it. If it's beyond that, they will look at depreciation value and then come out with an amount, say, oh, we free G, based upon the age and everything, we think that we can give you $1,000. Now, wow, they are got a fridge of your choice. And to come back with this miscellaneous repair, said you will be now. I always encourage people say if you can fit into your budget, so I go to 300, 400, 500, 700, 800. Then say the would have hazard insurance every year. You can also build $700, $800 yearly premium into this home warranty. And they say, would the Enukrana Yatama Niwa? Now you buy one in place. Said the Baya Yami Fasama, there's always possibility say something can break down. Over matter 3 years, 4 years, nothing will happen. But you never know if something will break down. And to one of the ways are people who are going to buy and answer your ma one mutie your move, necessary winning home warranty. I will encourage say even you share your car home insurance. How many times a minimum you file claim? Walk of file grandpa, yes, I'm punished for filing claim on your car. But because also the law is forcing you and I we buy it religiously. It's your car crana or car value. Next we fear 300, we fear 400, 500. Next afibia no so utia 700, 800 from home warranty. It makes sense if you can fit into your budget. So what to me towards our home warranty dear. Not just say any the wouldn't say wada. And she said if any of this major system it break it down, what from ma now to did that tabua ombeba normal be fix amount beyond repairs at least they will give you something so that you'll be able to add some to it and get a new one. And warranty to sound the caution, I know say out of 4 ATA any bad experience. There are different type of home warranty, any different level of coverage. And you would also coverage here. Now at the same time, we'll be some questions because we on man once wakoto. there are so many fine prints. Into if you buy any I just say no because of this it doesn't qualify. Into one of the ways and we can mitigate their some of this unexpected repairs. They say fear ubenya this home warranty in place. Said the beya BB says here ube to me any coverage. Other than that, dear roofing any other idea. Yekotofiama ubia nyamiara ruma. We go in with an eye of expertise. And say me and a agent where if you no no much as a way. But in addition to that, now your home inspection you're inspecting and to say BB done who didn't say and no your problem and will give you opportunity to walk away from the contract rather than going to incur debt. But home warranty is something a bit my boy in now no they are home owners.
Yo, me with us be brave. Me many experiences because see as still a cost. Sometimes home warranty names one shiny now to be. Sometimes almost toss do. By good in I'm say yeah, these are one of the I think some I'll add this to. There are some insurance you cannot go without them. You know, these are one of them. In your mutie what joining is to say, you know, and a topic in your home buying, how much house I can afford. Much house I can afford. What questions are obeting their tune, question be an hour input be a obetimi ahalame. A memo also the input and when you experience be an abibis and a betimi abwa. In your Alex Adumako a champion who is very guru in when it comes to real estate or a friend's agent. Wabwani probably Virginia and Maryland, Potemuhano, and all church and Mumubri actually. Near Drew baby, I come about your friend is saying, home ownership, your friend saying, cost. You know, see a 2 fear, and one say, yeah, a couple 2 fear. The T be a down payment. Now, they bring more speed, more by children. Yeah, down payment, if you see no one. I feel so. Not a closing cost. We are coming once more. We bring for closing cost. Then come into your to we are fair time. Do not fee closing cost. The admin and say a beer sell on a bit a yam and I said be free bank number. If you could do on an issue, the next then I see now 2 year that cost no about when home ownership no yeah in fact time into your fair qua na fee no. And so be if you do refi now I'm free I say hey I didn't have minimum first now I'm at your apartment now say me far from a free apartment officer near Baba Yamami. These are some of the things now I will see a consider and sunny a to fear yato. We see a hunting so sunny money na I dare ya can't trim crasso ye. So you to fear you go in calculate by Nina say the rule of thumb they say and car monthly payments initially more than your 25% of your take-home pay. Meaning say for example 4,000 a fee every month. They can't scale the attaching the same now bisa krana a year or think 8,000 because you will be a wage a year. Sunny money I calculate it do a 2 fee we are a sunny money there but now you be a boy snap fee my home tree say you couldn't even a kind was see the infinity in Lusu, the Juma, the and I said, not pray friend and not the SFA, not pie friend, and what to feel is not feel enjoy. They be an out here, Juma. And no, Nama, question we are by the mark a you way by Antasa Pie, a month will be some questions, says the same crowd, send if they see question, I don't know. It be a bit to be an and I say, so I dream now, and I can't name a bit to Fiana, a quan as saying. By your brother or church in the Brahma, your questions be a man who will be so I'll be to me up to me a Bisaman. Bro, you share the next one. You call your friend saying, mustn't save a big down payment to make your home more affordable. Meaning, so I also know with me, a friend, some my details about your experience about what you know about saving down payments, the big one. How me, it's a bit of me, Kakao, and say, will be so cover Hatino. For free and
Nana Medasi, we are DBA, me fancy that is if ye can see a cotoya. If ye be ne fapim and as an agina so any the foundation. And ye can fear to no fit on down payment no so answer your foundation. But the Tom rule anytime be a deba compensation ketwin say Mr. Adofo say time be a wo hwefie e online. Now who say the payment ne ato ho a by default ne de bia no woma website na asset ne say we 20% ato ase. Enti enye say ohun say oh efie 700,000 any o de omo hwa de omo say oh payment 4,500 ye ne betumi atua me pa cho entisa say wo kohwe reading na boss ya kire mu say assume me say o de 20% ato ase. Assume me say o credit score 740. Assume me say you are getting this interest rate. Now ubon say no must add the disclaimer ato ase say your actual payment may value based upon your personal record. In that me no me nana you bet me enya the same even credit score ni ekotofi. But our past record can determine whether you pay more or I pay more. Ebia na mo fie before and I'm a file claim. And the bank and yes an insurance company they akoto me record so. And they say need certain years na me too akoto fifufra. Well, the insurance company no will punish me for my previous claim. And there are so many.
Mami try look akra say who claim for then ebia insurance be ana be say awo efie no so ana.
So me no now the same credit profile, right? But you to the same with the same down payment. Same credit scores. So me ebia my previous home and me only me file claim ebia there was damages.
Okay.
And I said me will be a frequent me apply for claim with the insurance company.
What kind of claim no? Okay.
Ebia say your hazard insurance. Enti say bia bibi kakra dwodwe twetwe ofia na mafre omo say bibia sent insurance company me fale. Enti we yes ana omo de koto o record so. Enti yes your premium goes up. Enti say wo to me fie we now so beto fie na se kwa. Yeah, the same credit score, same down payment, but because of my previous claim, that can change my monthly payment because my hazard insurance premium is going to be higher than yours. And I'm just saying it because of down payment.
Na
anipa atumi ate ase. Enti down payment in there say nyame awadom na say ubetumi save more very good. But as an agent now, I can tell everybody say do not let say also raise a lot of money before you can able to go buy a home. Because other than that, you are going to miss out a lot. Because in my years of practice, and as a Ugugua, in the whole United States, I can confidently say that not even half percentage of population and that they were able our own home, they were able to bring down 20%. It's not realistic. Only handful of people are able to bring 20%. So it's good if you can come out with it. But in absence of data, there are so many rules and regulations that has make home ownership very flexible for people, which is even one of this 100% program. There's one that I just discovered through one lender. It's not even that bad. So, good credit score like 720 or 700 or better. Now we are conventional now. So, Obi add 3% into us here. You bet me, man. Even say 6%. But wow, into us, they can give you maybe 6.25%, 6.5%. Is it money? Yes. You're going to pay more. But in the long run, you are still building equity. You might pay $100, $150 than do this car to us, But if the down payment is a stumbling block and you feel say I cannot come out with 3%, I still feel like paying $100 for 100% down to become a homeowner and build a future for yourself, I think it's still worth it than throwing your entire 2005 to somebody that will not benefit you. In TH, I'm a person making say yes, if you can come out with more money, it's good, but it should not become a hindrance to use an into fee. But I always encourage people to say at least the 3% no, the minimum no, no at least, like I said, that you can save yourself a quarter of a point or a half of a point. And in today's market, when interest rate is in the mid 6 or upper 5 now, if you're talking about a quarter of a point, a half a percentage in 400, 300, 500 loan now, it can add up over time.
Yes.
And se wukura wunni na se wadofo na se obi kura be ebe mosika. Down payment no, gift funds is acceptable. Anansi so bo okura na ne bia wo retirement account 401k 401 money market near the yes, you can also borrow against it. As a first time buyer, no, you don't have to pay any penalty. You can decide to take it outright, or you can decide to pay yourself back, which is anywhere. Somebody say, oh, why are you taking for retirement? Well, think about it. If you are paying into your home in the long run, no, is your biggest retirement asset that in America here now, one can confidently say they have, because aside more retirement and also more county jobs or more, promise retirement. The average person, how much can you contribute into your 401k? And that is when home ownership become very paramount. To say, 30, even 40 years, no to fee. Now at the age of 60, you krana. Nyamikra 2.70 years no to area. If you know where 500 can who say $500,000 in retirement versus look at your 401k, say how much money have you been able to accrue? And so the not share they say yes, if you can raise more money, is good, but it should not become hindrances for one to buy a home.
That's the brave. What Kasawa Hammer Maniajipa? Yes, but I would say I disagree with you on so many ways. But I feel whatever it is, no, I make retirement in any see a retirement, Marco Iskano, and the Aviana Meninja Honkra, Menini Pabri, I disagree with him. Said Okano, home ownership na a boy pa. So share world building now. Who build the world, especially in this country now. Part of it now is your home. And my call fast, and my drew, maybe also drew no fast. 20% not a year, but usually no, as a first time, it said no can we share nipa almost tough down first time almost 20% no. Yeah, nothing. But usually in second home, and the second time when you equity from the other one a day, but it's the home person. Maybe I cannot make us no disagree here. Maybe if you say se baby a wo ho beso ubetimi atua nti yemfa se bia akoto dan na 400 na se 400 no 20% ni 80 na se wo bia wo 40 ada na won to de wo benya 20% na 20% kwa de 5% eye bia 200 wo be build from that, because me say ubetimi continue so you can always move up hono ya na eboa me ye, because retirement there ya na ke mpese be interrupt na e good there, because what did we a first time home buyer now call a 401k, no penalties. First time I would to fear any penalties, which is a good bar. Yana came to say be interrupted or no. But the other is now if you the ABB a bois. And then you 20% no a mood, especially who area to say area yeah 1 year there. Ukoto down 700 now we 20%. Any one here we bought a chance and waiting to Sadan. A betche. Until no team start with your 5 and your 10 bro. The person can be big far your friend saying, you said 3% or 3%. What team started? Go back here can be big craft for more money.
Yes, Nana Medasi. I very said they work on the 3% no, and 3% no usually no. So, like the other day we talk about it now. There are 3 types of loan programs. A homa yenina. Either say VA need near Yenuama or more soldier, Navy, Air Force, current or retired, loan. Aside woman, the loan that is available for menu yes civilians convention and FHA. Conventional no private loan, which is Freddie Mac, Freddie May. The Omo Ecotes Water License and a FHA, government loan. Both two loans, they are good loans, but all of them, no, if you have an advantage and disadvantage, but emergency young komubibre, name no FHA, whether you are first time, third buyer, always know it. The minimum requirement for down payment is 3.5%. And a conventional no first time no you can do 3%. But here subsequent buyer and I say we turn fee now for right away and you have to come out with 5%. And that is that on the 3%. However, there are different programs also out there with different banks. One of them are a popular one, the state of Virginia, VHD, Virginia Housing. That program came about, is to help moderate income family. So quickly now, somebody said, what is the qualification for this grant program? So we are one single individual. Your annual income cannot exceed 120,000 to qualify for this grant program. So we are two individual. You cannot make more than 129, which is 130. We are a family of 3 or more. You cannot exceed 151. How it helps is who to first time now, who to as a first time buyer on a conventional loan now. This program comes in with 2%. So when it's kind of 1% source, it helps you to buy. And as you say, hey, because why would you raise it with down payment? You can get this 2% and add the difference for your closing costs if the seller doesn't pay. But in a situation where it's a new construction, they always, there's some sort of closing costs that they allot. Sometimes it can pay for all, other times it can pay for a portion. But it's tied to using one of a bank or much say, well, unless it's our bank, if you want to get the $10,000, you need to get a loan from Alex. That is on the closing cost with new construction. So 3% in there, is there, anybody can use it. But like I said, at the first time people now, they have the help. So I'm here FHA. Since FHA requires 3.5% now, they give you 2.5% so that you also bring 1%. Let me send a caution. The caveat here is sometime, this grant program, especially with VAD now, sometimes their interest rate is 0.5%, 3/4 of a point than the normal market, which is say normal straight conventional and now straight FHA. Nanka onwa the down payment eba enka ebia in today's market they say FHA man ebia 6%. And I say ebia on conventional your man is 6.25. But since it's the grant programmer, you see say your interest rate is going to be 6.75. That means they are giving you the money with the left hand side, but on the right hand side now, they are also pulling some of the money back from you. Not just with the VHD, but they also selected lenders they also have programs they give you money. Some of them, I know one they give you $10,000 towards your down payment. They give you $7,500 towards your closing costs. But that program is specifically tied to conventional loan because Freddie Mac, Freddie May, and a Emasicano. And it's a only higher credit score, you don't qualify. There's another one I know said they also give you $7,500. It's also tied to conventional loan. I know another one is $10,000 and also it's tied to conventional loan. And there are some rules and regulations govern all of this. So there are so many help out there so far as this down payment assistance and closing costs, but most of this program is tied to the median income in Northern Virginia. So somebody will ask, what is the median income in Northern Virginia, which is 80% of our median income, which is $112,400. That is where most of this program, the highest income you can make. But on the VAD now, they stretch it, but in turn, you pay a little bit of interest rate to make up for the money they are giving to you.
Good. When you watch it, hope if all joining we are talking about a home buying, how much house you can afford. So near what your friend saying, your down payment. If you want down payment, a bois at the same time, so when you're 20%, I said in your church 20%, especially the PMI in free which they said okay, you move all my interest new who they when your price be the monthly payment 2,000 no we can now call. The assumption is say what the 20% who knows in online is what the 20% air to at the same time, with a good credit score, near good credit, almost 740. And two was any money nana, and I would ye a bit dressa. We are disclaimer on near the asheho. Sometimes he who's any money need dispute near co. A big crana, I read to be any dealing near the no, near Jaho near corner fee dispute, the coffee no accompanies our back. It I was say, ye shes any money nay. But be a yana may park a crap when it comes to down payment, Nanka, obit me a sick a crab beating up one. PMI, yana ultimately avoided that PMI na yana in your bad. Bro, with share say within that range now, say what would be say a 15-year and a 30-year. I know something nice about this Casemne down payment now. But me I liability be kakra about those 15-year program and a 30-year friend saying loan. Yo. Me pacho your friends Chapman Dodo also saying Bank of America has a program with giving 17,000 for down payment. Okay, that's be and there's nothing through and be my clause be any there. When him clause be a fatu or my clause be any there. Also 17,000. It's say yeah, I'll be to me looking into that too. It's block can be kakra for a 30-year and 15-year no so.
Program can okay say make there's a program and you get $10,000 towards your down payment and 7.5. That is the BUA. And only at the end of the can any Bank of America program.
For a certain area be and I baby.
No, any there in Northern Virginia, Maryland, Virginia, DC. You can use it anywhere. But there's another programmer and I make a time, there's one programmer is through one of the bank, George Mason. They give it $10,000, but I don't know, your friend brown and black. It doesn't mean say it has to be predominantly black community, but the idea of this loan, me I apply for, but it's to promote. They name it to promote home ownership among the Asian, the black, and the brown community. And to qualify for this program now, if you now any race can qualify, but they will follow what is called census tracking, and that particular zip code, and I say the neighborhood, the makeup of the community, has to be at least 30% minority, which is combined of outside Caucasians. It can be anywhere from all the, say anybody outside the Caucasians. Everybody is fall within the brown and black community, and those are the ones specifically, it is targeted certain neighborhood. But and yes, idea the Bank of America program is open to anywhere. The only thing is the income for it now, the last time I check, it can change. It's 101. You cannot make more than 101. If it's a family is applying jointly or individual, it's 101. So if there are two of you and one is making 101 and the other one is making 200,000, and you first say the 101 can qualify, you can jump on the 101 and get the benefit. The interest rate is not that hateful. I've used it for my clients in the past. It's very competitive. So because when you look at the broader picture, now say even say also rate quite high. Now you use 7.5. Try to buy down the rate. Still you're coming on top with $10,000. So no matter how you slash it, you can never go wrong with that program if you have the right credit scores. And also now, one of the qualifications is that you must be able to have 2 accounts, active account. Obo however to know me one credit card pay. Obo across me the mini account to so we need account they have nothing to judge you on it with the car utria. And one of the qualifications for the Bank for America program is to at least you need to have 2 trade lines. It can be a car note, student loan, anything that it shows that you have 2 trade lines. And so now you'll be able to qualify for that program. And there's a minimum credit score for it because it's a conventional program. And so coming back to your question, now rephrase your question again.
Pacho, I'll see you. Thank you for explaining. I'm saying no buy. I'm so what elaborating here. Your sister to join Rita. So thanks for thanks for the information. More questions are more brought to us. 15 year, 30 year.
Yes, so thank you. 15, 30, no. Very important. The less loan term now, the faster you're going to pay for it and avoid also a lengthy interest rate for the bank, right? Because mortgage, every business is all about for them making money. Don't also forget, say, once you know, the home ownership now, you can in a long term now, on the short term basis now, 1, you are writing off your property taxes. 2, you are writing off all your interest you are paying annually basis. So it's not like you are just paying the interest and just throwing it away. Every year you are making good use of it. So 15 and 10 and the 20 and the 30, even now there's a proposal for 40 years, which FHA is trying to do because of home prices and then the interest rate. The idea here is to make home affordable. So the short term, you'll be able now, you have lower interest rate and you pay for it quicker. But the question is, can you fit it into your budget? So in a perfect world now, if you can afford it, then it's a good thing to go for the 10 years, 15 and 20. But because of the unknown, I always advise my client. I don't remember in modern days any of my clients going for 15. Even 15, I try hard to convince them out of it. Somebody will say, why? Because so when you let's say if you're 400,000 home, right? Based upon what the interest rate is doing today, what the 5% to us now decent credit scores. At least I know for sure say you're going to be paying somewhere about 2,700 a month, right? Depending on your credit score, and if it's a conventional loan.
For a house of 500,000?
No, 400,000.
400,000, okay.
Yes, the conventional loan, now the 5% to us, yeah. The rate is somewhere, your payment is going to be somewhere 2,700. In a worst case scenario, 28. But between 20, it's going to be between 26, 28.
Okay.
Depending on your credit score. I'm just giving raw data because anybody's information can change it. But so when you 15 years, where that 15 years is going to put you like 3,500 a month.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe enena was kind of wood. What about say Echina Bibinti Nessa won't mean to 3,000? Not just what local yourself. Into right, in order to give that flexibility, and then I always tell people, say, you know what, go for the 30. Nemumono, say Obaja Buffet every year you can pay 1 month extra. So in a year, instead of paying 12 months, so what you are 13 months, which is what you are 12 months now. What's sending 1 month? Say, be say 255. You're sending 2,500. Say, hey, guys, just apply this 2,500 to the principal only. If you do that consistently, in 23 years, you finish paying the home instead of 30 years. Let's even assume that you even have the luxury and you maintain.
It's a Chapman said that, but my question was, is there any program? There's a program for people trying to get a second. I believe, say, is there any program? Say a question will be say, is there any program your friend said for people to get a second home? What they try to be correct? No, we are the answer.
So on this, to pick from where I left off, so if you have 1 month extra in a year, you reduce the loan to 23 years. So it's kind of 30 years loan. Now we make it 2 extra payments. Instead of 12 months, you pay 13, 14 months in a year. In 16 years, the home is yours. And you take 30, but because of that, your finances improved along the way. No, you've been able to reduce it at the same pace by not paying all the. Why do I suggest that? Because in this case, say a 255 or 25 ko but in a situation I only 35 to pay now. So when you signing note, what bind on into in every month, they expect to receive their 3,500. And yes, if you know, sir, you'll be able to keep up with it. Always, of course, yes. Taking a short-term, long-term, is the way to go. You finish paying quicker, and secondly, so you avoid so much interest on it.
No. And if you say, let me answer a Chapman question now, or say, I think it believes, or say, is there any program for people trying to get a second home?
Well, there are, but not a whole lot, right? Point to the reason you gave earlier, because once you have a home, it assumes that right there now you are beginning to build wealth, and online ajifom. What you say? And most of the first time buyer program now is geared towards acquires akola onum nantie ne so nsa ejeje ne tata. But akola nye hu nantie o sase so tutu pe wo panyin wo tra so bede wo beja ne nsa na wotumi ada balance no. And unfortunately now there aren't a whole lot of programs for second time buyers. However, if you go for second home, depending on the reason or the agenda, if it is even become more expensive. So, for instance, say obi turn the second home. Now the second home now or let's say or downgrade and also or upgrade. He can use the loan to bypass say and obetumi asama lower down payments, either 5% or 3.5% if FHA, because idea due to feeling say or see ABR me fear we so into me to bigger one and I say me fear esoma me into me to lower one. Na no avoid 20%, but then yes no fear utimo say me into free. Na mo me to another home either current there. And no crowd the standard is high. You need to come out with 20%. And I say you can also say you are buying yourself a secondary home, which is allowed. Well, me to Northern Virginia, and I'm who fear or Maryland, and I'm first well, that area no, there's attraction center in Timbasa to feel from time to time, and then my Mabako have fun. And I say, oh, ABR, Colonial Beach, me person me koto those condo ni bisi. Said the bear, my name Mabako have fun. You avoid the 20% and a second home, and you can turn around to rent it or use Airbnb and you go use it when it's required. And so, unfortunately, there is not a whole lot. However, so we told fear now fear no from the time I was 3 years about there. After 3 years, no, you are still considered a first-time buyer. Into all the benefit that has been mentioned tonight or other ones that are out there, you'll be able to take advantage of them. But so there's a limited number of benefits that is there for you.
Okay, good. My sister Obinsa, I'll say, can I have his number? Yes, or the number to the information I remember. Yo, that's the brain. Yes, she be crasso han yema etifu. Sometimes, when it comes to your Chapman or say or that say or say thank you too. Or more questions I'll bet you about the answer. And thank you so also for your contribution about that loan. Yo, your friend said debt to income ratio, sending affecting debt to income ratio. So we can elaborate on those things about debt to income ratio.
Yes, you're very important. Debt to income, It affect you very, very in various ways. Especially say who call conventional loan. Conventional loan is very sensitive to two things: credit scores and your DTI. FHA not so much. VA not so much. VA no, there's a special incentive or special waiver for them because of their service to our land. And one more they pay their one-time fee they charge them. When they pay, they don't have mortgage insurance. FHA Susuno charges one-time premium, which is 0.75 of the purchase price. And so it's not that sensitive to your DTI, neither your credit score. And in both cases, it doesn't really matter. But when it comes to the conventional loan, that is where DTI really, really, really plays a role. And in order to have good MI on conventional loan, as your MI goes down, let's say, Nana Minumi you could fee. Who was 760 credit scores? Maybe was 700 credit scores. Yeah, now you told the same home. Now with DTI, I say 40%. Now Miss me DTI, let's say 46%. Because of our credit, I 760. Now with DTI, sign 40%. No, you're going to realize you took 500,000. Yeah, you know the 5% and a twice. But you're going to realize who DTI under 40. Legally now they want you to become under 45, right? But the lower it goes, the better the mortgage insurance. And the higher also your credit score, the lower the mortgage insurance premium. And you was a 700 credit score, your DTI 40% now. So 500,000 home no. Who now mortgage insurance be $100 a month. Now mensuswa me DTI 46 and 47. Now my credit score is 700 no. Ube na my mortgage insurance be 200 and now 220. That means because of my higher DTI and my lower credit score no, I'm being punished, and because of that maybe mortgage insurance is times 2 of yours or even more. And not just that now. You once you hit 720 now most lenders they've scaled down the interest rates, because someone said a lot of people are having problem with their credit scores. Most lenders be one more advertise here. Once you had the 720, everybody get the same, especially the credit unions. They all get the same interest rate, but where the difference comes in, is the mortgage insurance, because the mortgage insurance and your bank and the amount. There's an insurance company your insure a car, now they go shop with them. And you quote now, they are quoting you based upon your credit score. And your credit union, your bank, loan, they don't have control over it. And you are just at the mercy of them based upon your credit scores. And the importance one will be able to maintain lower DTI, especially when it comes to conventional loan, is very, very, very sensitive. And not just that, if we kotofie na say DTI higher, in principle no bokra or adwuma on the side, obu otwetire, obu obo no uber, obu okro no atonton on the side issue. Enti no kura ne say obetumi atua 4,000 loan. But because of a car, a good the credit report, well, the bank needs to say, well, based upon a car, no, I meet me the amount, 400,000. Me once, when you look at your overall total income, and cabit me for the AB $4,000 mortgage, and no need fear when you, which you can even pay easily. But because of a car, a good credit report, it's not accounted for. A trainer is not accounted for. Maybe we'll side maybe crowd we are ABI under the carpet, it's not accounted for. And you say because of that, you are taking a hit. And you know who say why dream say who could to dia na who say ube maintain lower DTI. Now the question I make question is who preparation so beto fie in the next 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. And yet this the time I'm a who nice car me kwakoto. Onya nkoto fie e na me kwako have visit akotwi nkunya the latest chair e dey abegu fie. Enti now is the time you trying to consolidate your debt. Said the you have a minimum payment, or even if you have a loan bigger, you can refinance it to stretch the payment. Or even if you have a car loan, next payment higher, you can refinance it, stretch the payment. But who himself okay, maybe a man say 3 years but on the principle or on the paper, you're going to look good when it comes to your DTI. It is a cancer DTI and there. Who here ye papa say why you so kwakutofia wo manage wo ho ka ye because and also so and as all the ka bebre so a entumi ma credit score no so enkosoro enti obi oba so Alex, I'm paying all my debt on time. Wo be an interview na no be hu na just say credit card na ya man $1,000 no akotwi 900. Yes sir. Obroni say wa run the card no.
Already card.
Na eno sa ade na wa ye no, it can take about 50 points from you. 50 points because wa run a card no enti ehu hia ye say ye be consolidate na who in mind so don't go co-sign a loan for somebody because you co-sign automatically no and also abeka worker home. Enti that is that on the DTI.
That's a very whenever see my mind near mano, I'm say Akoko Square. My sister Wako, your friend sent me the number not to in a few minutes, my man mouse the information. A sister Rita near mano the number no between about not the information maker. Okay, or can be say between touch Chapman so between friends about conventional loan kakra dropping PMI after 2 years. Between touch will be say a time no no. Sebe also bet me anya kwan e de way kakaka to bet me for be 2 minutes nanka.
Right. So
can you touch on conventional loan dropping PMI after 2 years?
So the thing is that's one beautiful thing about conventional loan. So conventional loan, there are 3 ways you can set it up from the beginning. So you should know we can use what is called lenders paid MI. Lenders paid MI no say bank needs to rate 6%. You can decide to opt out and then you raise your rate by maybe a quarter of a point. Then you avoid the mortgage insurance. In that case, instead of throwing money in the PMI now, you end up writing off a lot in taxes. And that is one option. The second option is called the LPMI. That is the monthly one, and then or no ekasa or no. And no say utia ufie na say unya 20%, let's say with the 10% at us here. Utia extra 10%. And I say the fee value so kosura combination of paying down your loan and then the home appreciation. Now you're 20%, you can drop it. But most of the time, the bank no close, so they're going to stipulate some maybe 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. Say at this point, the MI is going to go away. Or the second option, so our MI is okay to from the beginning. We can do buyout. The buyout, and they say, oh, what if mortgage insurance and 150, but because of credit profile, any other, we can just pay us $5,000 one-time fee, and you don't have to have a mortgage insurance. So there are 3 ways to play with it, but dropping it 2 years in there, unless 2 things have taken place. ABR values have gone up in the past 2 years, and also he has also paid down to catch that 25%, 20% threshold. And yes, unfortunately, the MI is still going to be there.
Okay. Yo, could I see the your friend saying, most of that we all care about, your friend say if I say even paying off your home crown, so in tema, what it is you lose to say the interest rate now between their file tax, they bring it tax down, those things, And only if you say a BBR exception kakra, because that's what we all believe. because on average, I'm saying for the past few years, and I say MCA take his standard deduction instead of those deductions. So you might not even need those things now. I think people focus on that more if they have the chance to be able to pay off their home, because they can write off the interest in those things now. I don't know if you know more about that, because who say I'm out for a key about those things now. Oh, if you pay off your home, you won't get that deduction because we'll pay interest of interest not off. We don't have any interest coming in, and I won't pay interest, But if you say most of us I'm say less than 15% of the American population use a friend saying use a deduction, use standard deduction. So that means I fight for in our we won't even use it. Be an integrated MPC betray that can I say small money maybe be anyway. That's a information. Me pese come 2 minutes pebi, and I say yi kakra bi nanka uwie a year na my say, when are we ready to buy a house? DNA here, and I say who say at this time you're ready or see a toffee. Number one, not 2 year. Now with the information I might say be I betting I get in touch. Be a maybe what I can say be maybe and I be said the name chat my canon. It be a your person second home, a bit me any information if you want to know. Before so be this week the affirmation of the week in the my social and professional network gives me more financial opportunities. My social and my professional network give me more financial opportunities. My social and professional network gives me more financial opportunities. These are affirmation of it. But to us, I say time when you ready to see to find and then you say you drew your financing a drew bit me a bit to find. Now we are the where you can my information bit me contact information.
Yo nana medasi any watiefo nyina nyamehira wo mo se oma ho kwan na anwumre nsusu I know say American no yes time is precious.
Right.
They could have been anywhere, so the fact that they tune in any one later so be time so be eti de kan no mu nyina no nyamehira wo mo ya appreciate wo mo any bibia. So in terms of say baaku obetumi akasa why ready na the ehunhia and say one ubetumi maintain decent credit scores. Very very important. Decent credit scores na obibeka say anything in all the loans I have na at least 620 is the entry point, and so the higher you go, the better you are able to save yourself money. That is one. Two, at least being able to at least raise some sort of down payment if possible, at least the 3% for conventional or 3.5% for FHA. And not just that, at least also making sure say in Tom Runa wo koto fie na it's not like wo to fie na wa pra ho nyina say unya hwento ho. My advice is say if possible at least enka wo close fie no wo enka at least 3-month reserve. Apart from say month to month ye tua oka no wo ni say 3 months ho no ma ene de wo betumi de den e de atua, and I say you can build on it. That is one of the rules I always advocate. I mean, they always say 6%, 6 months or 1 year, but at least 3 months is a good start. And then also you make sure say if you prepare yourself, you have to constantly maintain a good working history, right? Because so why I doing say and depending on your career, you cannot just overnight just change one career to the other, because sometimes some of this bank now they have rules say who move from one career to the other. Let's say you're getting a leap in pay, at least they want to see you working on that job for a minimum of 6 months. Some bank can give you exception if you have consistent working history. So those are the basic things I always tell people say you put in place that make one ready. And secondly, filing taxes, especially those who are 1099. 1099 will be on there where you money seeking the bottom. na ono no decide so betu abanika obi to make 100,000 na the tax person no ashi 60,000 agu one here obekọ ne yesi 40,000 pe na qualify for enti say we obi a we 10 in 9 a eno so no so utumi prepare yourself say with deduction no you're going to be very very careful as to how you write off. There are exceptions to it. We have programs we can use 1 year tax returns and as a deposit. Those are things that when you talk to me one-on-one, we can look into it. And so in a share nata, make sure that you establish good credit, you have some sort of down payment, and also at least hardcore reserve to start and build up on it, and then also a work history as well. And there are so many to it, but at least those are the fundamentals I would say. And Obi Biara, me always my phone number has never changed. My number is 703 577 0872. My Timobium 703 577 0872. And as I said, we email me email me my first and the second part of my last name, which is Alex Echampon, together. That S as Sam, P as Paul at gmail.com. Apart from that, so I can reach on all the social media. If you Google Alex Echampon on your iPhone, I have a Google rating or Google website. Google Alex Echampon is going to pop up. You see me, my photo, my profile, or you go to Facebook, you go Instagram, you go to Twitter, Alex Echampon, you'll find me there. Enti medawas nana ense mama me ho kwan ene motiefo anwumre na me nhyira mo na onte nanim nhyira mo na de mo de mo nsa besom bia no enye nhyira
yo tiefo bro edase bebre edase pa ne insight a wodi amaye bebre me de phone number no ato na me de email address no so ato no de uhia na obeyi pa put him had the you can't more experience when it comes to real estate or you're part of it. More different situations are what me at your more a moment me baby day with the joy and I said they be a one conform with me or more coming baby from to mutin baby to maybe a very nice. Yo, a tiff for you now, I said, be set with tea and not my when you say baby, hopefully your friend said High Life Radio, your program way, which is Sikasem program now, BBR, you making sure say you stay out of debt. Also, you manage your risk. And say kakrabe muna at the same time, you know, you bet me abua see be save e invest. One of your core reasons you bet me abua because you say nyama bebre bedru akire no ya na say e be ye adwuma sai bedru baby na you need bibia to show off. American dream and I say building wealth in America, home buying a big deal. Utimi enya home buying and I say utimi nya home a boa ema boa building process the content and I say timi kuina what the right path to choose. And I say right path say utu na kwa a boa man kuyi. Kakra mesu meka fa ho say when am I ready? Semetofie. You see, probably be or Casano kind or sit so between your boss, so be a blessing amount, not inquire case. You probably be on my if you know you're turning too much of a house, most I feel I dare say a blessing, not a case. Me, my belief is say if we are purchasing carbon to fee crana, we make sure say you out of debt. We make sure say you have emergency fund of 3 to 6 months. We make sure say or down payment. Near 20% here at least 5% BBC because OTA no cause the best one of the best loans no I don't just say good no and I say the good part of these loans no conventional no near be one ma na clause no also be bree to mean be betting up to sao na at the same time some person be train be bree so person save down payment na and you know the reason be am want me to fee no betting out to fee na we move up the so at this time no say 1 bedroom and as a 1 bedroom condo krana utimi to say be ya own first can be a wouldn't trace can move before say no na so ultimate to, then you can always move up to townhome, then to the next and then to the next. Hey, you may be one my say to your dream house no right away. Because dream house maybe a 700,000. Look at the down payment for 700,000. Even a 5% cry of 700,000. It didn't give it to me yet. Me started from Ketu na the air manager kwa. It me up why. Make a this program every Monday 7 to 9 p.m. we share our between the questions be about financial questions be will be a bit about the bar, a bit about so between your share also the try to stay out of debt. You try to stay out of debt, you try to manage risk, which is the insurances I need, insurance you need in our lives. Or build the world, the insurance bill I will near the moment I will be see that insurance no a full packet and we'll say example so unica insurance, auto insurance, now in accident, they will say come from there or photo coming from your pocket. The good thing about auto insurance, they say almost all the 50 states now force. So in here no free. But this is life insurance. You need life insurance. There are so many home insurance, all those things, because anything, and the biggest one cry health insurance. You see me broad movie say, oh, Medi 24, Medi Sentiment, no, here life insurance. Average American, what 30 years, an average I could that hospital for 1 week. Now we need health insurance. Bet 30,000. Now ska we free pocket my bar. Now build the welfare. Send a choir and sober. It's me happening twice in a year. If you want most your friends and bankruptcies are happening, most of the true health or your friends saying medical bills are intimate and they don't want to say, these are some of the things that we need. And the fear to say, okay, in there here because in there here maybe a deity but maybe not a peaceful duty tour, yana boa be brave. Yes, a boa be brave. Again, that in your say, Mamu joining a friend say Chapman, I'm welcome, Miami Patrick, Ado, Kareem, Sister Rita, Barbara, some of our dementia modi and fachene, the money I must say, some to me joining and a so Munti be namofa into home, especially when it comes to home buying in the house. Why am I getting a build the worth a year? Again, so here in your Alexa, the number not the beam is 703-577-0872. 703-577-0872. And now here we saw a friend saying the email here alexachampon.sp@gmail.com. alexachampon.sp@gmail.com. We say the Biauka program, Diana, here information via so we help people to get out of debt. The number is 703-981-1910. 703-981-1910. Bet me get in touch. Bet me about any financial situation you want to invest. You want you need insurances to help you. You want to get out of debt. You want to be debt free. In bet me about amaye. Open so to dance so wa unim yenu ya ho. Open so bet me about. Anything about finances, you get in touch. We will, even if we NBBB specialize, bet me about get to the right people. We have specialists around us. They help in all these financial situations. Sometimes it goes beyond that legal stuff. We can help you get to the right people to be able to help you deal with stuff. I'm saying the program this year, next week, it will be so at the amount. And so I hope say and you could deep say in CBS after yourself through beam a bar on Timothy already. A bar a craving coya said to me because I'm saying you late kakra. Next time we try some more I went now because I'm some for any program. You know, you better be my was a boy. Yo, until see this year next week, make sure say you save and I say you spend wisely, save intentionally, and give. When I talk of giver, and yes, you can't quantity, you'll be in the Abua community, be out between the Abua community, and see what to say the Indian for free. We say maybe a Kuji away for free to be a bit more community between the Abua. So spend wisely, save intentionally, and give. Until we meet again. Hala, your boy Patrick Berfi. Hala Radio Now, Discussing Program in the